Hi Nathaniel, here's your Unit 6 assignment that you handed in today. The good news is I don't really have any corrections to make for you. I just wanted to actually make the video to say that I'm really impressed by the work that you're doing. Um, you seem to have a really good understanding of the algebra sections of this course. I can see that you have a real strength there, and I can see that there are things that are really skills that I don't normally see grade 10s having, that things that you're doing here. I apologize for my 10-year-old yelling in the background there. I hope that's not too distracting. One of the things that is really impressive is this right here. Math teachers get excited when they see students doing this. When you took the square root of the root 8, not only did you simplify the radical by making it 2 root 2, which is awesome. Most grade 10 students are not all that comfortable with that. But you also included the plus or minus in front, and that's a super difficult concept for people. Even through to grade 12 math, they really have difficulty with losing a root there, because whenever you take the square root of something, when you're taking the square root, people always forget that the possibilities are either plus or minus the root number. And you've included that and included 2 roots. And so I just wanted to let you know how impressed I was with you doing that. And yes, there were a few in here, like this one here, that didn't factor. And you caught that, and you handled it perfectly. And here you're showing why it won't factor, because obviously 2 root 2 is less than 4, and you end up with a negative. You end up with a negative discriminant there, I believe, if you're trying to get your factors. Here's the second page, and again, everything is perfect, and you're just doing everything perfectly. This one here and this one here as well. Don't factor. If you can't factor them, I think it's in the next unit you're going to use the quadratic formula, but you may remember that from last term if you took the course before. I believe in terms of the content in this course that that's coming up in the next unit, so you're not expected to do it yet. Here, this is great, taking the square root of both sides and getting your plus or minus root again, very impressive. And this one doesn't factor, and so again, that one is going to be factored using the quadratic formula. So while I've got you here anyway, I'll let you know that the quadratic formula looks like this. It's negative b plus or minus, and that's where that plus or minus for the 2 roots comes in, like here. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. The difficulty that I find that people have is recognizing what a and b and c are. A and b and c are the coefficients of your variables written in descending order. So x squared, the coefficient is a, the x term, the coefficient is b, and c stands for constant anyway, so the c is your constant term, in this case the minus 1. You would feed all of that information into this formula, and when you do, you should get 2 roots. And if it's not factorable, it doesn't mean that it doesn't have roots. It just means that those roots are probably not whole numbers. They could be fractions, they could be decimals, and in some cases it could be what we call a what's the word I'm trying to think of? Sorry, imaginary number, a complex number, where we have negative roots which are not real, and we'll get into that in the next unit. So overall, just a fantastic assignment, and I'm really excited to see how well you're handling the algebra portion of the course. So keep up the good work.